overcoming hurdles. Yet our journey towards prosperity and national transformation is far from complete. We must be resolute in our commitment to ethics. We must be, for it is the cornerstone upon which a just and prosperous society is built. So once we move away from ethical leadership, then everything will be wrong. Where we cannot exercise control because we don't have the structures in place. The structures that we don't have in place means that we ourselves are not truthful. So how can we hold others accountable? We are not truthful. We are not transparent. How can we hold others accountable? When that happens, then it means that we lose the belt and everything goes out of place. Ethical leadership encompasses a commitment to honesty, transparency, integrity, and accountability. It is a leadership that prioritizes the welfare of the people over personal gains. So we talk about politicians, what about religious leaders, what about parliamentary leaders. You can find the absence of these basic principles being love and truth in all spheres of life. Once there is no ethical leadership, mind you, there can be no peace. Well, leadership should not be a personality, but a structural framework. Leadership should not be a personality, but a structural framework. So whether there's a person or not, the systems must work. And the systems must thrive on love and truth. So we should not hold anybody accountable. We should hold the truth and love that we have taken away from the equation. And that is causing us to go very bad. It is a leadership that values justice, compassion, and inclusivity. Leadership should value justice, compassion, and inclusivity. If love is exhibited without justice, we can also not have ethical leadership. And if justice is also implemented without looking at the other side of it, that is love, we can still not have proper ethical leadership. So these two qualities must go together to achieve what we're talking about. It is a leadership that fosters unity and understands that our diversity is our strength. Our diversity is our strength. The world is practicing democracy, so we should know the best way to practice it. But when you go to heaven, we have only one God, and there's peace in heaven. And once you choose to divide and rule, then you must adopt very good tactics to do that. Because automatically you create a division, and where the division is, no unity. And when there's no unity, then there should be a proper way to massage this kind of division. So we should look at democracy well and implement it with proper principles of truth and love. The role of the church in shaping ethical leadership cannot be overstated. It is within the church that many individuals first learn about the principles of integrity and morality. It is within the church that people find guidance in making ethical choices. Therefore, the Ecclesial Council of Churches plays a crucial role in nurturing and promoting ethical leadership. So, Ecclesial Council, we have enormous responsibility to help shaping ethical leadership and national transformation. Not just within the church, but throughout our nation. This is what we expect from the Ecclesial Council of Churches. We must remember the words of Proverbs 29:2. Everybody is quoting Proverbs. It means that the Bible is a position that we must all hold dear to. Christians, when the righteous triumph, the people rejoice. When the wicked rule, the people groan. The transformation you see can only be achieved when righteous and ethical leaders are at the helm of affairs. So you see, we come back to righteousness. Righteousness is key. And Jesus spoke about righteousness. So I believe that if all of us leadership should emulate the qualities of Christ, the whole world will have that thing that we are looking for. And the church must practice the practical living qualities of Jesus, not just the name Jesus. The practical living qualities of Jesus must be laid to the letter. And I believe that will bring that peace that we need. It is incumbent upon each of us to hold our leaders to the highest ethical standards. And it is the duty of our leaders to exemplify these standards. And once we decided to bring our leaders, vote for our leaders, then it is also the responsibility of us to make sure that they live up to the standard that we expect from them. At certain times we blame politicians by telling honestly the negative thing that's happening around. You have no idea. So all of us must live out to expectation. We are not, when we talk about leadership, it is not only political leadership. A father is a leader of a home, a family, and the father must live by the principles in order to train his children to become good citizens. Once we train them from the homes, then we have already imparted in them the qualities of leadership. It is very sad that when we go to the universities, when we go to school, we just study marketing skills. The reason why we study marketing skills, when we are medical doctor, we have been trained to practice medicine, but we are not trained on moral values. So, moral education must be part of our education. But that is why we live our lives. National transformation is not only a solution endeavor, it is a collective responsibility. So we should not leave everything to the government. I tell you honestly, if you look at your own homes, how you struggle to manage them, not blame the leaders. The regional minister will tell you, the course gets one day, I said that she become confused. People have to attend to different things. It is our responsibility collectively to help build an ethical leadership. It necessitates, it requires the concerted efforts of leaders from various sectors as well as the active engagement of the citizen. It necessitates the establishment of policies. It necessitates the establishment of policies that prioritize ethical governance and economic equity. It requires an commitment to justice, peace, and the well-being of all citizens. The challenges we face as a nation are multifaceted. So it's like when I was listening to the first speaker going to meet, which was going the same way above. It tells you that the church has one base nation. From economic disparities to social inequalities, from political issues to environmental concerns. However, let us be reminded that these challenges are not unsurmountable. They are the crucibles in which ethical leadership is tested and refined. In our pursuit of national transformation, we must seek the common root, transcending political, religious, and ethnic divides. We must promote dialogue and collaboration as means to address our differences and find sustainable solutions to our challenges. As we celebrate on ethical leadership today, I implore each one of us to reflect on our own roles in this narrative. Whether we live in our workplaces, communities, or within our families, we all have the capacity to exhibit ethical leadership. Our actions, both big and small, can have a ripple effect that reaches the far corners of the society. In closing, let us draw inspiration from the teachings of Jesus, who embodied the highest standards of ethical leadership. His message of love, compassion, and justice continues to guide us. Let us try to emulate his example in our leadership goals and daily lives. Reverend Chairman, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, this High Council of Churches has provided us with an invaluable platform for reflection and discussion on this crucial topic. Let's make this conference inspired and committed to being the ethical leaders our nation needs. Together, with a winning faith and a shared commitment to ethical leadership, we can drive the national transformation we all aspire to achieve.
So we should not look to somebody as the leader who should be ethical, but we ourselves should be ethical, so that together we'll transform the nation. Thank you very much, Professor Duncan. I have the singular honor to introduce to you Nana Kojo Abakan V, Ozikro of Eshechi and Anto Eshechi, and also the Akwabiahe of Uba traditional area. Nana Kojo Abakan is deputizing for the Omahen of Uba traditional area. At this point, ladies and gentlemen, shall we with the club, invite the Central Board, our Honorable Minister for the Central Region, Honorable Mrs. Justina Marigold Assam, to speak to us.
Thank you very much, Professor MC. I admire her so much. And she being a woman gives me the edge and the confidence to do more. So we give it up to you. Please, can we clap for her? Can't you see she's doing it so well? She's doing it so well, but I think because she's a woman, that's why she's doing it so well. Men, don't get jealous. Please don't do. She has done it so well. We are so proud of you for taking us through the program this morning. Nana Chair Odibro of Uswechi, Nana Pedro Abeton, who is also representative of Sabari Makusiata, Ubamahini, Right Reverend Richardson Abwaji Andam, the Regional Chairman, Local Council of Churches, and the Bishop of Cape Coast Diocese of the Methodist Church, who is also my bishop. Because also, I'm also a Methodist and a proud one, of course. Professor Samuel Atulakan, the CEO and founder of Hua Research and Manufacturing Company Limited, is my father. This is a beautiful opportunity for me to tell you what this man has done for the Regional Coordinating Council and the Central Region. The support this man is giving us, you don't have an idea. I think we need to, even if you can stand and clap for him. It's so important. If we can get two or such individuals in the Central Region can move forward and move on. Daddy, God bless you. God bless you. We are so proud of you. We are proud of you. We can't take it for granted at all, what you are doing for us as a region and as a nation. We thank you so much. May the Lord continue to expand your territory and to give you more so that you can also support the region. We really appreciate you. The General Secretary, Christian Council of Ghana, Reverend Dr. Cyril Fayese, I hope I got the name right. You are most welcome to the Central Region. The clergy and distinguished invited guests, our friends from the media, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. For me, if I say good morning and you don't respond, I don't get it. Good morning. The Lord himself has been very faithful to us. He has woken up us this morning, and we have every cause to celebrate, to jubilate just for the day he has given us. So good morning once again. This is important. We need not to joke with it. Somebody is in the hospital trying to breathe. Somebody is in the hospital trying to get some kind of assistance. But you are here, you are not even dancing yourself out. And God has given it for free. And you cannot say good morning. There is something wrong with that. So good morning once again. Thank you very much. Indeed, may the good Lord himself continue to help us to speak for people who cannot speak for themselves. I was so touched by the sermon or the devotion our brother, our pastor gave it to us. That is what we need to do as leaders and as individuals wherever we find ourselves. There are a lot of people out there who really want us to do something for them. But because the system is such that when you are talking to anybody, you say, I want somebody who is out there to do something for me. It doesn't always work like that. It doesn't always work like that. We can't always impact in the lives of the people that we serve at any level. So please, let's try to change the narrative. And I believe that when we begin to do that, the Central Region and Ghana will be a very beautiful place for all of us to live in. I'm very happy to be here and to be part of this program, Regional Leadership Conference. The topic for discussion is of utmost importance on the vital connection between the church, politics, and leadership, and their influence in the national development. As we delve into the theme, ethical leadership and national development, we are reminded to Ladies and gentlemen, in the pursuit of national progress, we must not overlook the importance of a strong moral foundation, a society that embraces honesty, integrity, compassion, and social responsibility is one that can thrive and endure through the test of time. It is through fostering these virtues that we can create a culture of trust, cooperation, and inclusivity, which are qualities essential for sustainable development. I am convinced that every person yearns for a thriving economy that creates opportunity and recognizes the self-help of the people and their resources. As Ghanaians, we also crave for a united nation of equal opportunities for everyone, no matter our ethnicity, race, religion, gender, or ambitions. It is my fervent belief that these needs would inform planning, policy directions, and institutional framing as the realizations of these aspirations within our boundaries will bring national transformation and economic development. Distinguished guests, this desire places an unwavering demand on the network, on the work of our institutions to reflect our nation or the national values. We cannot deny the fact that foundation of leadership is deeply rooted within our moral conduct of nations and our actions and inactions. However, embracing a moral vision does not imply a rigid adherence to a single set of beliefs. Instead, it calls for embracing diversity and respecting differing perspectives, finding common plans to work together for the greater good of our development. There is a need for us to work together. It should never be that because MPP is in power, this is MPP's something, they should do it. When it is time for them to do, they also do it. I remember when I took office, fortunately, we had His Excellency the President giving us the opportunity to host the 65th Independence Anniversary. It took help and the support of my daddy to get people together to come and support such an activity of a national character. It was just an opportunity for us to host it. And we needed to beg some other people because they took it as an MPP program. I had to virtually beg for them to come. And even after begging them to come, after everything, we got humiliated, we got insulted because they don't understand why His Excellency the President should bring such a program to the Central Region. I was like, seriously? So that is how the politics and the development we want to champion is getting to. So it is up to us to say that no, we don't want it this way, but will always wear the national lenses to push for the agenda and for the common good of all of us to come together to work to transform the central region and the country as a whole. Ladies and gentlemen, this leadership conference will provide a platform for us to engage the meaningful dialogue, exchange ideas, and learn from one another's experience. It is through such collaboration that we can develop comprehensive strategies to infuse moral vision into every aspect of our national development in diverse sectors such as education, healthcare, economy, and governance. Again, we went to the Pentecost Center, Convention Center. Thankfully, the Apostle Chairman had a program, that's the leadership conference, or I think so. I went there for 3 days. I wanted to participate fully. And every time a forum or a platform was given to any of the speakers to speak, and there's anything corruption, anything politics, or against politicians, and you can see the whole room clapping. So why are they clapping like that? And thankfully, I also had the opportunity to give a word because the center is in the central region. I asked, I saw the chief imam's rep there. Then the third deputy rep or deputy of the Bank of Ghana was also there, but a Pentecost. So he was also going to speak. I was also there. Heads of organizations were there. So I asked, why are you clapping when it's came to politicians and everybody is clapping like that? You think politicians are corrupt, right? We don't belong to churches. You are heads of organizations here. Do I work in the organization? No. But whatever thing you are doing in the organization culminates into the bigger picture we are all looking at. Bank of Governor is here. He's going to speak. He's an MPP person or NDC person, I don't know, but he's a Pentecost member. So he's coming to speak. So we should not always look at politicians as corrupt, but the members sitting here as members of the church, members of the mosque, members of the imam clergy and everything. So we are doing this to ourselves and not to anybody. Because when you talk about the politicians, we are not from any island. No, we are not from any island. We also have families, we have children, we are training, like he rightly said, and it should not be an individual. The system, you see, there is a traffic light just here. Very often it will go off, and journalists will quickly have to go on radio and then attack the regional minister. Sometimes this light will go off, and then they would attack the regional minister. So I called the urban roads engineers. Someone there for a meeting, asked them to tell me why we often get these things going on. And he told me, Madam, you know what? People have been stealing the cables. So anytime they steal the cables, they go off. And I said, oh, then you need to do your PR work very well. Go and tell the public that it is the same people we are trying to put the traffic light there for them to assist them are the very people stealing the cables. And I don't know the cables are being stolen. But that is what we are doing to ourselves. And they will quickly blame the regional minister because she is a political figure. Is that what we are doing to ourselves? And somebody will also look on when somebody is cutting the cables. When somebody is stealing, somebody will be standing there looking at the person stealing the cables. That is how bad we have put ourselves in everything that we do in the country. Let's begin to see those things as something that will go against us and the development of the country that we are pushing. So that when somebody is doing something which will not benefit the general public, we will have the nerve, the moral right, the fiber to tell him or her that no, we will not encourage you, we will not allow you to do it, because many people go bad for that single act of yours. When we talk about leaders not being individuals, that is how it should be. Your presence shouldn't push people to be working. So that when you are not there, they can go and what they want to do. The structures must work. But I cannot be in your office to ensure that those structures are working. It is you and I who are sitting here which we need to ensure that those structures are working. So I would beg you, let's come together, let's work together, let's know that this development agenda we are pursuing is for all of us to benefit, so that you don't sit on the fence. We want everybody to become a citizen, as the President rightly said, so that you don't become a spectator, and when something is going wrong and you know it is wrong, you don't talk about it, because it is not your political party. Let's work together. Let's come together. Let's know that this is our country and this is what we are going to bequeath to our younger ones in the near future. So on behalf of the Central Regional Coordinating Council, we wish to commend the Christian Council for this novel initiative, which has brought together all stakeholders to discuss these important issues concerning our national development and transformation agenda. Mentally, we say we need to be transformed. Be transformed. Let us be transformed. It is very, very important. Indeed, in Ghana, the collaboration between the state and the church has been solid towards national and regional transformation. In the same way, the Regional Coordinating Council and the various assemblies, and the municipal and district assemblies, are committed to work closely with the church and its leadership. So the Regional Coordinating Council has already allocated an office space to the local council of churches for them to be able to work and work very well. I know Ewutusenya East has also done the same. Cape Coast Metro, we are talking to them, and I know other assemblies are also doing it. We seriously want to have a greater collaboration with the church, and I believe the church is a very good platform for some of these issues to be addressed. It is my fervent prayer and hope that the outcome of this conference will help us to shape policy formulation and implementation to sustain and protect our democratic dispensation. Let us embark on the journey of moral vision and national development with renewed commitment and enthusiasm. When I was the MC for Abuna West, every year when we have a sit march, I would put together some money, books, something for any students or people who do so well year by year. And when I'm doing that, I will take pictures with you. Not having in mind anything, like just to motivate them to learn. So I took office over here. I never kept record of those I was giving those awards to. So when I took office last year, when I heard my phone, which I picked, I didn't know the message, and I've sent you some text messages. So I picked it. So I saw the pictures myself, very tiny there with a schoolboy, agent's boy. That's the first year. This picture was the second year, third year. And then this SHS picture. So we have sent a message and like, oh, when you were the MC, every year I will take the award from you. So SHS, you got me St. Augustine's. I have passed. I bought forms to read medicine in the university. But I didn't know I needed to get, he used the term, I don't know, political being or somebody out there to push me to get admission. So I didn't get it. But I realized I had these pictures and decided to send them to you. So that next year you can help me. Then I called him. And I said, send me your results and let me see. I became interested because if every year I could give him a prize of sorts. Then he's gone through the process, finished SHS, then I must be interested in what the boy is going to do. And he kept with the results. I'm really feeling the goosebumps on me. Every subject AA like that. And by that time, too, admission had closed. I didn't know what to do. He said he got even 3 or 4 universities, and none of them picked him. So I had to call somebody I know that person can do something magic, because ordinarily they closed. So I just begged the person, this one I beg you, just do this one for me. This watch me sit home for another year. I had closed my mind. time because admissions had closed. I was there when he sent me a message that I have received something in my portal that I've gotten a protocol admission. So I'm going to school. I was shocked. So I called him. I said, are you sure? He said, yes. So he sent me the admission letters and everything. I was so happy I was able to do something for him. Then later he sent me a message that if I could get him a hostel to go and sleep. So I called the Ashanti Regional Minister to also support. The hostels were full, but he told me he was going to pledge with somebody. So I sent him something small to also support him. And I told him that just go and let all of us proud, especially from Agnes Radio. When I finished, I read the message he sent to me that I'm going to make everybody proud. What you have done for me, I will never forget this thing. This is what we need to do for people. We should be passionate for people that we serve. We should respect them. We should be there for them. We should assist people. We don't know what this world will become in the next year or 2 or 3. That is what we need to do. And it should not always be somebody up there. We should tell our story. We should let people know that we need help and they will help us. If he didn't tell me, I wouldn't be able to help you. So it is also very important that we push them to talk to us. They should come closer. It is not that difficult to see a minister and to talk to a minister. People have the notion that if I get closer to a minister, I will push their way. It is not like that. Let them come. Let them have confidence in us that we are there to support, we are there to assist, and we'll be more than ready to help them. Like I said in the beginning, let's work together. Let's hold hands. Let's push our beautiful region and our dear country forward. That agenda, we can do it together. Only when we sing from the same page. Let's work together. This is our region. This is our country. And nobody should sit at the fence or on the fence. Let's take the platform and then work together and ensure that Central Region, as we always start ourselves as the poorest region. For me, I don't believe in that. I know we are one of the richest regions in the country. And so when the two of us work together, we'll be able to change the narrative. On that note, I want to thank you very much. And may the good Lord himself continue to bless you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Regional Minister. Let us change the narrative. Let us change the narrative. Because we have a collective responsibility to transform our nation, one region at a time. And we are trying to transform our region, the Central Region. Let us all put our shoulders to the wheel. Thank you very much, Honorable Minister. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for us to do a question and answer on the keynote speaker's address, and we'll spend just 15 minutes to do that. We'll take a few questions if we have any, so that the keynote speaker can speak to it. So I have number 1 here, number 2, second person, number 2, third person, number 3. Thank you very much. Please, can we have another mic? Please, you can come to the question. Yes, we need the mic. Second mic. And please, let's try to be brief with our questions so that we will not spend too much time on it. Thank you very much. And introduce yourself. Thank you.
Thank you very much. My name is Prophet Joshua, representing Kenyan Political Science Information. And for the sake of our fathers and mothers who cannot hear, the prophet is too much. That we invited people who also should understand what we are doing here. Otherwise, they will come and stand here, sitting here, and go without anything that they are going to tell their people. Because they are also representing their people here.
Noted.
Thank you. My question is, the leadership is a transition from one season to another season.
What's your answer to that? What's the answer for the that's it.
Mommy, leadership of them group leader or another group. The brother is leaders will share, pay fish, or casa, it's in. But to me, it can be and then, yes, we have been painful over here and the so, church leader or politician or other places. When leadership will see maybe all of you. Imagine the big team. Because leadership will see was you to the young for the beer, chamber, one because opinion, position, Kakarabia, or not would say, oh, yeah, none can follow. And since I don't be something with it, 6 years, yes, more body, corruption, then my religion is not right. And never show you corruption. And leaders here, we are going to say, what's the way out from you? One social way out from it is a young people there. And here from and the leadership, the other one.
Thank you very much. What legacy are we leaving for the future generations?
Our children are from Reverend Simon Buji Bojepo, Abuna Sego, Local Council Chair. And then I see I'm the Brokon Anka. You may not be able to carry your message too well. So we'll say it and try to come down to this. Thank you. This is my question. What practical things can we all do to limit the destructive conflicts threatening our future? Sunday, Namari Bisay, Evan a young man to the Ayashe, and bringing Nayasha, there is that. The Sunday said, Nipa Oko Yada Oton, Nipa Okotana, Umbia. Nipa Oko Yada Oton, so Nipa Okotana, Uncle. If somebody is removing box in the night, if there is no buyer, the person will stop taking it. So what can we do? What are the practical things we have to do to limit the destructive conflict threatening our future? What's your first name?
EDACP. What's your third person order?
For me, Reverend Governor, from the Local Council of Churches, Fancyman, studying this book. Professor Atilon Kanankasa say the proponents of democracy are based upon love and truth. And it is not a personality, it's a systems in this way. Structures and systems in this way. Now, I have my systems or now she is able to only human. And the question structures in our systems should unpack or national already human. If they act there, a report, Bibi, act churchman, a report, if they act a better, a system edwuma bɛn na ɔreyɛ yɛn regional minister ɔno kasa so wɔn a local council fo officer wɔtiri yɛ edwuma ama asɔre ɛna local council no ne nyinaa yɛ abɔ ayɛ nka no baabi mu dɛm na ɔsɛ ɔhene biara ɔwɔ nkɔmhyɛni ɔwɔ kyerɛkyerɛfo nti ɔhene ɛna ɔman wɔn nyinaa wɔwɔ mu yɛ adwuma na yɛre saa ebi a baabi a ɛwɔ no abodze yɛnyim dɛ ɔwɔ constitution mu dɛ the local council bɛ mu dɛ ɔwɔ dɛ local council of churches no municipality no wɔn ma office na kebi sɛ office a waka kyerɛ kɔ ha yi a structure no wɔyɛ adwuma anaa.
I think okay, we'll come back to the second round, but I'll let the speaker try to respond to some of the questions. So you also paying for our and can remember that I used to be Bishop and that's what there was a command. Over to was that coming.
On the question, who's the candidate? The question is, Robert, yeah, the legacy that is. So if maybe a year from now, that is where all inclusiveness is key. And what the political party in order now politicians in order to them and the regional minister. It has come to a time where we have to change our perception of life and adopt new strategies that are very positive able to address these problems there. Now, the Christian Council is one of the ways able to be addressed. Because this is a behavioral pattern, negative behavioral pattern we have seen over the years, and it is very difficult to change that style. So, I'm very happy that Christian Council was started such mission because I tell you honestly, the pastors preach, the people continue saying. So it is not just a matter of talking, but a vigorous and progressive approach can change this narrative. And that is why the Center of Harmonious Global Preservation has been established, of which I am the President General. So it has taken us about 35 years to put together strategies to address these issues. And it will start with leadership and it will come to the ordinary person. But leadership plays serious roles in this. At certain times, it takes a leader to change a whole nation. One leader, this is how we have to work. Autofista came together, because of a role model. My friend, one thing we have to watch us on the road. It is telling you that leadership must be a role model. Now, when you are educated, you take it to your home, and how many people can you change? But a leader can change the whole nation because they have a lot of people following them. That is why we have those leadership programs. And it's quite unfortunate that when we call leadership to such programs, you don't find a leadership. And that is the problem. But you cannot effect those changes effectively as leaders can effect it. Instead of making it, so when it comes to politics, or they start with the young leaders in the start with the young cast. So that when they are coming, we transform them to adopt qualities of implementing human-centered policies. When the policies are not good, people become thieves. The big question I want to ask, if I have 5 children, my salary is 2,000 Ghana cedis. My rent alone and water bills and this take about 500 Ghana cedis. My children's education alone take about 6,000. So you ask me, how am I going to cope? Now there's a possibility of trying to find the rest. That is where corruption comes in. That is where we err. So when we are talking about national transformation, we must put into consideration the wages that people get and how can the economy also support that. So this is where it becomes a national dialogue and see how we can have a national policy driving toward that direction. So it is not just a one-way something that we can just say somewhere and just say it is actually leadership issue and we must address it properly and you'll get it. The transformation will not be so easy, but it will take leadership to do it. The leadership. Yeah, the practical things that when the economy is bad, it will affect the people, and because of that, the people cannot do something right. When political parties come to power, people will work police is here, police is here, road, after some time of time. Just why? Just because you are not able to satisfy the salary that they are taking is too small. So these are some of the issues that at the point of time you cannot address it. So if you want to address, it is not. That is why Peter Council is taking your views, so that it will be taken to that leadership, so that we develop a proper national agenda. You have to address these issues. Because for me now, I want to be why I'm not watching into the autonomy. And this is not right. But that also doesn't mean that you must also do that for the people. And that is where the churches come in to also talk about that love and truth. So it should be a principle, whether you are poor. It doesn't give you that, it doesn't tell you that you must be corrupt. No matter what, and whatever you do, if you kick against that the truth, that is where sin comes in. That is unrighteous practice. So it is a very big issue as a nation that we need to tackle seriously. So I think we are taking note of it, and I believe that it can be addressed.
Thank you very much. One of the things that I have gathered from all the speakers this morning, from Prof and from Honorable Goals, Central Goals, and Mary Goals, and all of us, is that we are all at the same time leaders and followers. Will you agree with that? Yes. We are all at the same time leaders and followers. One moment we are leader, and the next moment we are a follower. But we all play leadership roles. So it is important that we not see the other person as the leader, to see ourselves as the leaders. It's very, very important. So the practical steps that someone was asking for must start with us, with you and I. So we must say that it must start with me. We don't question a lot of things in Ghana. We have the mosque and the church here, so let me address the church and the mosque. When you go to church, some of the most wealthy people in our society, when they come to church, we put them at the high table, right? We never question where they got their money from, do we? We don't. We are so happy to have them. We say the choices are not the few. They should come. That encourages corruption. So I'm saying that it must start with us. In our own way, how do we promote righteousness, morality, ethics in our own lives? If we are able to do that, that is one practical way of changing everything. Changing mindsets, changing our way of doing things, changing the narrative. Someone said, and I'll end on that, I'll not talk too much. Someone said, the only reason why many of us are not corrupt is because we don't have the opportunity to be corrupt. The moment we get the opportunity, we start handling the right. My brother, my sister, it starts with moi, it starts with me. It starts with me saying that I am going to stand on principles, like Papa said, and I'm going to do the right thing. I'm going to be righteous. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Awesome. I am here Sunday. Yes, can they account and propose the nature worship? Yes, I used to and I was with it. Other than shy, your woman was in the yes, for nature. And so then I say over there, and I hear maybe they can I am trying to maybe also wait to be designated. So you may choose for that. Or they say over there, another many people in the and one or two are my pay. Yes, she is the she Sasha water, the down the little connection one and the airport. On or the business or man by transformer, and if you want Robert will train your she. Into young Susie, there, yeah, a man back, there, yeah, which is simple, there, yeah, simple, or there, you can want the meaning. You'll be now on you need to make it now over Richard Minister. It will start from you. Maybe I made a mouth fast, and one papa do it. And to say, so who not to say, Papa, I will for what to one betting. As in, or the kind of dead day, or women are dead day, or they get dead day. Because of that, and to say, Papa, be a the two comes to there. The man says, may get down. Today, I will also wash with you. Then you're with you. And I don't think a position of this nature can change me. Emmanuel Methodist, we will look at the nation. We said, look at your being most and less sound. Masawa, most of them are at the penny, my miss our own home. It's mitigation or intuition and shut the event because the MC, another original minister. It has not changed anything. It's young as a soul, they ain't taking before. You must have all your only with the massive yet. So can be there. So very fast street lighting. So really what over try when you come over far. Now street lighting was say or say mamma. Or it's not a mamma, but if the street lighting for my man was a bobo. And so now not to fuel. It's until the young say to me there. So you are not to sound or put here. It is us. Oh, yeah, say you won't. It's your final of we contract I'm one of the bottle. We contract to street lights in the bottle. It's your water area. No, then I had the police if I was not found. If you are economy, you will see the shot. What's the shot? What's the answer? What I am the salary in the classroom was 1,600 or 1,700 something. Mama said that, maybe I said that. Now, what I do, but management is a camera or two muslim or some muslim, which you have a time to mom. Now, what share the
you call you would say, no, you won't get me because my father wanted to. And to tell you, remember the camera to miss up there. So after this, as a regional minister, what will you do? Even at that young age, or to do it there, you need to prepare. Because many are regional minister forever. On also you may be a regional minister and you may be as a family. So if my mother is not a regional minister, what do we do? Then we have to sit as a family and plan. I then I need 2,000 flag. What do we do? So let's try to do things that will help us. I am young for once a year. You soon now will one of one that we are to walk. Yanyaza or one. My young taxi, young mushroom, the mammy, now Shimun or your ABCD. It's supposed to be Madame Chana, that ABCD, young mammy, or my but as parents, if you don't show that leadership, young man, what's here? As parents, you are Susie Cassie, don't forget money over home. Now, what kind of structures are they working? A family office, for instance, regional ministers, you need to machine. You will hear my but in what Sunday, one year. The difference between MC, another mayor, another DC engagement, they feel that if you are a regional minister, automatically you should be the assemblywoman, the everything for them. It is a co-op, and also that's a program. Mama connect a class, another any program. The fact that all women are there for 1 week, all office works and all who just in a menu, not let a nationalism. You are not allowing the system to work. We have records departments. So we'll let the minister, what to about the programmer, after registry, by close of day, it can be day. Mills need now tomorrow, Marcus me, we also for the minister by the program. And back when you were at SCR. Now, we didn't know because unfortunately, that program we are 10. You have another program of RCC conference room, or the heads of departments in the mission. For them, way, even going in, time I never start 10. Okay, I'm offering meeting for the one, but they are offering a one, but I didn't mention any. Only when you were mentioning. So that they are like master. What I'm saying is that, sir, let's not registry. What's Tampa? What's the February? Question now, invitation, you're 100, 50, 10, 3, 4. Maybe how do we make the people comfortable because of whatever? Now officers now what? I'm not going to pay my name. And I also go to my plan. I'm just going to pay my pay intensive. You go to me again. It's young as a young my system in Yema. If you are ready to run for friend, before we just changing up no or stand out A, B, C, D, bro. This is Yenen cannot be said as a corporate. When you are, the system must work. Somebody must attend to you. My chief director is there. Other officers are there to help you solve the problem on your job. Although the midfield is from Obama, the question is here on your outdoor. The question now watching program. The question oh, Nanka, a lot of forms, then 154 or was that the Federal National Bank. And you need to be careful car, ICC call. But you have various forms of communication. You can call me, you can use WhatsApp, you can do anything. Any of those forms are okay with me. Send to me if you have my contact. And the call for some not process or now what you now are making is a way to come out by the program at they Tiara so young my systems now is about paying on to engagement. Yes, sir. Yeah, the best of services that we want. And then the time I have engagement, I want to win. You don't need to apply or book or those things that the usual thing you feel we should do to come and see me. If you ask my catch no one don't know. Now what you're letting about dates they are now you're break. So get to the office for why you when you want officers or why you students there, the man and other officers when you wait, let's try and use the system, get to the system, talk to people. assume that the man and ignorance will be able to give you the best services. Thank you.
Master, our Kasa. And I just want us to look at this Bible passage. That's what I call us. When you listen to them very well, they call us for renewal of mind. Renewal of mind. That is the only way that can help us get transformation. So when you read Romans chapter 12, verse 2a, also, and be not conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Now, no much is all over. Then my prof Kasa, pure water, how do you rubber donkey? If you have transformed your mind, would you do that? Or the car, auto about no, I have a token. Everyone to walk at me. If you hear tomorrow, let us renew our minds. Ethical. The root word is the ethics. And ethics has to do with wrongness and rightness. What we ought to do and what we ought not to do. And what honest in our commitment in our marriage. Do I ought to do this? Ethics. Ethical. We need to be here. Pray before you want to be able to. What's it? I'm saying, Alamekano, Adibiara, Meye, Ankape.
Muslims, or they are some when I'm going to finish I young papa besides the young also there or the assemblies council of churches, local council of churches, office space, what Moses Wojuma, the person there, not some or in Brennan, the MMDs, former offices. Oh, yeah, there are MMDs who are watching one never so once. Now, no more your Kaka. The Imam is what to do. I'm the one at Casa. That's a prayer. We're too much to be Yama. Which means that it's Mujuma. Or Sunday, some women say, up on any man. I want to ask MMDs one tongue. I said, maybe I'll be the day one, Mutu Pogo. I will put into the wall. Now, for us, we'll go back away. Yeah, Mutu on the take message. When you go back and say, you are not with too much pay. Ibiza. As much as the council of churches. I will sponsor that, but we don't know what my name. That program is each of the MMPs. So I will do the sponsorship, but I know that I've been to many churches support me and get the sponsorship. The Bible program may have shared how we do it at the various MMPs. There were 22 MMPs. It's a baby in our firma. Years is coming out of the year one, or man, you two, and then she say, Apple, then you put on to Ushra. It's the mission of the Manas.
Thank you very much. The last one before I go on, I know that she is true to her word. So those of us who are district and municipal chairs of local council of churches, the ball is in your court. Please don't wait till the next regional conference before you come and talk about this. You have to be proactive. She has given her word. You have to be proactive and start more attending to the structures. And do not expect that she'll be at all the 22 programs. But start so that she can support you. Our leaders here have spoken a lot about the questions, and I promised 3 people that I'll take their questions. So the next 3, very, very short, straight to the point questions, and the responses to be straight to the point. So number 1 is over there, number 2 is over here. There's no woman. Number 3 is for a woman. Any woman to ask a question? Okay, there's no woman to ask a question. Yeah, my first. Because I didn't have a question, I won't it. So number 1, number 2, number 3. And please come forward. Yeah. Okay, have it.
Okay, thank you for.
And let's be brief. If it has been spoken about already, please don't reiterate.
Okay. I'm Reverend Abenchi, Prayer Service of God Church, Asinfos, precisely. My question is that there are so many conflicts in our temporary Christian world concerning doctrinal beliefs, which is also affecting our national development and unity among Christians. What remedies can be used to settle these issues? Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
My name is Reverend Dr. Joseph Abaka, Secretary for Christian Council, Asante Regional Branch. Please, our honorable men and women have spoken a lot. May I know from them the major challenge affecting the ethical leadership for national transformation? We are all talking about corruption, church corruption, mosque, nation, everywhere. So, what do you think is the major challenge that affecting ethical leadership for national development? Thank you.
Thank you very much. The third one is over there.
Thank you very much. I'm Dr. Prince Hayford. Mine will be a recommendation, not a question. From Fantin Free. Did you hear me fear what's in the way? Or yeah, Mammy Road, from the Dr. Duncan, and then boy. I saw for boy in now, so yes, more for this is area. I was just looking at the word ethical. The ethical look at the Greek word is ethos, which means balancing credibility. Now, the question is that there's no credibility found even in our young children coming. And what are we doing about it? Because from here, they will be the one coming to us or see us. So, MP also on what to Abana, but to Bessina, Lucrum, or Sunday. If you may get one responsibility, you know what, or MP, or agree, then moving and moving, if you. It's already now. No one can say that I will give you her own to go in the old thing. I'm appealing to the churches here, the box over here. Especially since there are family, let's say, university will pay. School fees, you know, what did you have MPs, the ministers, all those, what is the church doing? And I'm appealing to the church, I'm appealing to the churches. And performing them what to get to. Some of them are even also what? Running after certain relationships because they want to start with school fees. So I'm appealing to the church. These children will become leaders in the near future. We need to be able to support them. Appeal to the church. The churches. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And
thank you very much. About conflicts in the church. It looks like the person who asked the question has run away. But anyway, it's still a good question to respond to. One of the reasons why the Christian Council of Ghana was established is to unite the churches. So when the churches came from Europe and other places, they came differently. Let me put it that way. There was the Methodists, the Presbyterians, and so on and so forth. The Baptists, the Lutherans, the Reformed, there are all these different strands. of the church that came to us, we seem to be divided. But Jesus Christ wanted us to be united. So he prayed for unity of the churches. So that is what we do in organizations like the Christian Council and other ecumenical council, is to unite the churches. It is when we are united that we can have a strong voice. Yes. I was going to come to that, the doctrinal differences within the churches. For the doctrinal differences, the ecumenical bodies do not emphasize that. We don't go into doctrinal issues because we can't agree. It's almost impossible. If you take baptism alone, we all have different understandings of baptism. If you take communion, the Holy Communion, if you take several and other things, doctrinal issues, we have different positions on it. If we want to work on that, it will take us forever. So we de-emphasize our differences, but we emphasize our commonalities, our similarities. We all believe in the Lordship, for instance, as Christians, of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. So that is one of the things we emphasize. We emphasize the fact that we all believe in baptism. So we emphasize that as well. We all believe in the Holy Communion. So we emphasize that. We all believe in the Trinity, for instance. We emphasize that. So those that bring us together, we work more on that to bring unity. If we want to work on our doctrinal differences, it's rather divide us. So for differences, we don't emphasize. But for similarities, we emphasize. And based on that, we have councils now who are working together in the service of the kingdom of God. I hope my answer is satisfactory. But we're working very, very hard. Not only the Christian Council, the other councils are working with us. We even work with the Muslim fraternities. We come together. We address COVID time. We did a lot of work together. It's because we are not emphasizing our doctrinal differences. It's because we are emphasizing our similarities for national transformation. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Reverend Ayesi. I think a part that I will add to the question that was, in response to the question that was asked, that even if we have differences in our doctrinal beliefs, the differences should not affect our national transformation. There are things that we need to do that every faith, whether Christian, Muslim, African traditional religion, would extol. For example, keeping our environment, which is God-given asset. No matter the religion you believe in, you know that it is a God-given asset which has been given to us in trust for the rest of humanity. So we, no matter our differences in our doctrinal beliefs, I believe we all know that we should keep these things well. And no matter what difference you have, your belief should not change your mind towards national transformation. That yes, of being Kenyan and then Sorba Pia, Yuma, Christ Jesus is no, when I were Muslims. In Yenara, you will just approve it. Now, so here is a just no occasional pro on is a crisis, or the bed will be to him. Now, only the Mama, to more, or ye, it's in the also my head, or they can assist them, or they, I'm a man, we now, Sana Mr. Come in there. Say, I will chapel there, and I was a chapel now, and just did all part on say. Yena you dance into a home, or Yena or they was a baby. Say, I share a minimum yesterday, or Yamawa, Yama Pro, Yapon was action. The young federal action, one of back busy in each. Into no, which is it to the room. It is that Yapon was the last action, or they and I got to listen to master. And one thing I read that I want to share with you is about how we train our children. We also talk about renewal of our minds. Somebody asked, what one thing do we have to do? That one thing is change of the narrative, renewal of our minds towards collective goal of transforming our nation. And so that renewal of our mind, we should also start from our children. I was reading something that Billy Graham said on politics, and he said that the secret strength of a nation is found in the faith that abides in the hearts, homes, and families. The secret strength of a nation is found in the faith. It doesn't matter whether it's a Christian faith, an Islamic faith, but it is built in the faith that abides in the hearts, homes, and families. So we cannot be leaders, ethical leaders, when we are not training our younger ones to also become ethical in their daily lives. I want to inform you that we are on Facebook Live, and whatever we say or discuss will benefit other people. I would like to acknowledge these dignitaries who have joined us. The Central Chief Imam, Dr. Salam Alhaji Adam. Shall we give him a clap? Shall we also welcome the Regional Missionary and Media Mission, Abdul Nasser Bati. Thank you for coming. The Cape Coast Chief Fisherman, Opening Kofi Crab. The Cape Coast Chief Fisherman, Echiami Ebushiampin Kogna Benya. The Ahmadiyya Circuit Missionary, Cape Coast, Alasan K. Ansu. The Chaplaincy Unit of the University of Cape Coast, Reverend Dr. Patrick Pampa. Okay, I saw him here, maybe he stepped out. The Ghana Immigration Service, Cape Coast, ACI George Tebu. The representative of the prison commander for Cape Coast, Reverend Commander Emmanuel Prince Ado. Thank you very welcome. I also like to recognize all the district and municipal chairman of the local council of churches. Please, can you rise up for us to acknowledge you? District, municipal. Thank you very much. Please have your seat. You are all welcome. We've started a very interesting conversation, and I know that we'll have a fruitful and productive ending. May I also recognize our proud sponsors. Please let us note that this program, the Regional 2023 Regional Leadership Conference, themed Ethical Leadership and National Transformation, is being hosted by the Christian Council of Ghana in partnership with the local council of churches in the Central Region. And our proud sponsors are Kwa Research and Manufacturing Limited Company. Shall we acknowledge them? ATL FM, thank you for supporting us. Ahokam FM, thank you. Fast Helpers Group Ghana, thank you for supporting us. Ocean One, thank you for your sponsorship. Enterprise Live, thank you for your sponsorship. CBG, thank you very much for your sponsorship. Dowell Insurance Limited, thank you. And Castle FM 90.3, thank you very much. The service, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have a short break. But before we do that, we'll take some pictures, evidence-based. So we'll take some photographs. After the photograph session, we will take a short break. You can walk around for 5 minutes. Snacks will be laid out for you to replenish the little sugar that you have lost. And we'll come back for the second session, which is the panel discussions. Those of you who had questions that I didn't call you to give to us, when we come back after the panel discussion, we'll have another question and answer session. So thank you very much. Please don't go away because the panel discussion will be very, very interesting. But now, shall we take the photograph?
Hello? Hello? Oh, I think this one is for the organizers. I think that there's the need also to look at the team, ethical leadership and national transformation. That one is actually, to me, is about leadership, people who actually effect transformation of the state. Then we will have the moral transformation programs where we have to train people on the moral values and what have you. So I think this is where, so that certain critical issues cannot be discussed at certain levels. There are certain things that when it comes to policy formulation, there should be the truth must be put in place for critical thinkers to come together to make sure that they solve that. When it comes to where we have to, in our localities, what we have to do then becomes a moral transformation agenda. So that is what I would say. So when we come to the next debate, I think we should know how to channel